Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is gingerbread. It's by Barissimo from Aldi's. It was one of their holiday flavors. Very, very tasty. So today we still have a lot of snow on the ground, but I suspect it's going to be melting because it's drizzling rain and it's going to be a high of 40 today. So the deep freeze for now is over with, and I'm sure we'll be getting more because winter is just in the middle of the process. So we'll be getting more snow, I'm sure. But that was an intense deep freeze that I didn't like at all. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. I should hop in the car in the next couple days and go over and see my mom, see if she needs anything. She decided she wasn't going to drive anymore, which was a very safety-aware move on her part. I didn't want to just go in there and, just abruptly take her keys away because that was sort of her social out. She would drive just up the street to Mark's and back home. It was just 2 minutes away. So, but she decided on her own that she's not going to drive anymore, which was a very smart move. And my coffee is extremely full. Oh dear. I won't be getting any cream in there anytime soon. So let's see if I can do this without spilling it. Cheers. I'm just going to drink some of this. It's a little gnome cup. Got all these gnomes on there, but I should have put less water. Cheers. And I don't like black coffee, and it's going to be really hot. Yep, it's really hot, and nope, I don't like black coffee. So I'll let that cool for a little bit, probably pour a little bit of it out, and then I can put my creamer in there, because it is full to the brim. So I have a few things that I want to do in the house. Nothing big, just I've caught up on my laundry, got the dishes all done, the bathrooms are clean. I could sweep the floors and do a little dusting. So, but I'm trying to get it to the point where cleaning is going to be not a big deal, something I can do within an hour every day if I so choose. That is my goal. And then if the house needs a little deep cleaning, I'm going to start squirreling away some money and hire somebody to come in and do a little deep cleaning maybe once every couple of months. And call that good. Because your house should, it shouldn't require all of your time to clean it. At least that's my opinion. You should have time to do other enjoyable things in your house. Not just clean, 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 unless that's what you like to do. Well, then go ahead. So, anyway, I'm going to see what I can do with my coffee. I'm going to pour some of this off so that I can put some creamer in, and then I will meet you at the budget book. All right, here we are back at the budget book. So yesterday I did spend money. I was talking to my daughter on the phone, and she has problems with her arms falling asleep at night and those sorts of things. So I told her about the pillow that I had gotten. I actually got it for free because it was a collab with the pillow company, and how much it's improved my neck problems. So I told her she should get a pillow like that, but right now they're trying to renovate their house. She's got still 3 kids at home, so she really doesn't have the money. So I bought her a similar pillow on Amazon, and I hope that it will help her, because I'm thinking the problem might be coming from her neck. So I told her to give it a try, and if it doesn't work, then I'll send it back. But anyway, I got that for her, and then I also saw on Amazon the pillow was $39, and I think it had a 10% coupon, something like that. But anyway, and then I also was shopping on Amazon to find a mesh netting for my garden in the spring. And they had this really nice large, it's like a mesh cage that you can put over your garden beds. And it's 6 foot high. And I think it's 8 by 4. And that would fit very nicely over my little raised garden containers. So it was only $59 with 10% off coupon. So I thought I should buy it now before the garden season starts, because then they raise their prices. And I don't know how long that coupon will be good for. So, and then I went right away and paid my Amazon account off, because I don't want to accrue a balance on that. I want to get it paid off. So now for January, the balance is paid. So I'm still being debt-free. And I can also use my points towards the cage. So anyway, that's my strategy. Sometimes when you're looking for garden supplies, they're a little bit cheaper in the winter and fall. And then they raise the prices in the spring. So whenever there's a good deal, I want to get in on it, but I don't want to carry a credit card balance. So that's how I'm managing my Amazon account for now. And I know it seems like, oh, I bought something on Amazon, but nothing that I bought was really very expensive. So I do keep an eye on the total, and I'm mindful of what I buy. I look and see whatever deals I can get. And that way, it is Ellen's abundant life on less, so I am a bargain shopper. And I've always been a bargain shopper. I'm not one to go out and spend, $200 on a pair of shoes. That's just not what I do. So anyway, we all shop differently, and if you like $200 shoes, then you should get $200 shoes if you can afford it. So anyway, that is my budget book, and I am waiting for the rest. Well, not the rest. Some of it's coming a little later. But I do have an Amazon order coming today, and if it's not too late, I'll show you what I got. It's nothing big. It's no big deal. Probably not real exciting, but yeah, I'm trying to stay debt-free and be mindful of what I buy and when I buy it. All right, I will be back. 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Candy Paul. Day number 77. Accept your limitations. Jesus looked at them and said, "There are some things that people cannot do, but God can do anything." Mark 10:27. When you were young, anything seemed possible. Any goal seemed reachable. But life goes on, choices are made, and you grow older and wiser. You learn that you are finite, and that only God has infinite power. Being the person God created you to be, comes through accepting your weaknesses as well as developing your strengths. Accepting the limitations of human life can be an act of trust in a gracious God. Instead of resisting and rebelling, make life simpler by accepting what is and working with that. Your acceptance frees you to trust in God, who can transcend your limitations. Keep a childhood dream alive in adulthood by exploring that interest. Well, I just opened one of my Amazon packages that just arrived. And I didn't think it was going to be this big. They had two sizes, a large and a small. And I figured, well, I'll get the large one. I wish I'd gotten the smaller one, but I just think it's so cute. It's a bandit mug. But like I said, it is pretty big. And the coffee can go into the nose part too. But this was like $9.95 on Amazon, but I had to get it because it looked like my little buddy. So today I want to try and dye that gray cushion that's on my recliner, but the directions say you have to get a big pot and boil it and all that. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to see if I can't dye it in the wash machine. I mean, I've heard where you can do that, but I have to do a little bit more investigating. And it doesn't have to be a real dark gray. Any gray shade will do. Right now it's sort of a beige. So I think that'll be doable, but we'll see. I don't know. Got to try new things. And then I'm still decorating my living room, trying to make it cohesive and have things, because I have lime green recliners that I got because they were inexpensive, to be honest with you. And I didn't want to spend a lot on recliners, so they were, I can't remember exactly what I paid. I'm going to say between $150, $199. So I got two of those. That was a while back. That was about a year and a half ago, something like that. But since the couch is brown, and lime green and brown actually go very nicely together, but I want to bring the brown color into the chair a little bit, so I'm getting those distressed leather cushion covers, because I have a lime green cushion in there now. It's a fuzzy one, and it's just too green. So I just want to get the distressed faux leather and put that over the lime green cushion covers. So I think that'll make it look better. I keep looking in there to see if I like it, and I do. So I'm still decorating my living room a little bit at a time. Most of it is with cushion covers or couch covers or things like that. I don't want to spend a ton of money. I don't want to spend thousands of dollars redoing the room. And then when I get tired of it, it won't be that big a deal to just change out the cushion covers into something else. And it worked out really well for Christmas this year. I just threw on some red and black buffalo check throws and some Christmassy cushion covers, and I didn't spend a whole lot of money just to make my living room look nice. So that's what I like to do. I like to find ways to make things so that I enjoy them, and then but for very little cost. I don't like to spend a whole lot of money on my furniture anymore. When I first moved here, I had beautiful furniture, and it was on the expensive side. I'm not talking thousands and thousands for a couch, but it was, a couple $1,000s, but it got ruined by the dogs. And I don't want to feel like, oh my God, don't go there. Oh my God, don't go there. You know, I just don't want to feel that way. They're my buddies, they're my dogs, and they're allowed on the furniture. So that's just the way it is. So I just try and come up with ideas that if, say, a cover gets ruined or something, I'm not going to be super upset about it. I'll just replace it with something else. So I want to go ahead and try and dye that cushion. And I bought Rit Dye More, something like that. It's supposed to be for materials that wouldn't normally dye. So I bought 2 bottles just to make it strong enough. So I'll see how it turns out. You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained, and if the cushion turns out a funky color, I haven't really lost anything because, yeah, I can still use it, even if it's not the perfect color that I want. So I'm just having a cup of tea. This is red rose tea, and I've liked red rose tea for a long time. It's just regular tea. So I'm just having some of that. Cheers. I'm trying to use up all my leftovers in the fridge. This morning I had a couple pieces of pizza and a little bit of hummus with some bagel chips. So that was plenty to fill me up. And for dinner I still have some leftovers that I'm going to have. So I don't have to cook today. So it's going to be an easy day, one where I don't have any particular agenda in mind except to try and dye those cushions. So just kind of puttering my way through the day, which is what I like to do. I've always enjoyed puttering around. Just kind of going at my own pace. It makes me like really anxious if somebody's standing there going, hurry up, do this, hurry, 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 hurry. It's like, it just, there's the door, go away. I don't want to deal with that. Even when I was younger, I didn't like that. I always liked to work at my own pace. So, you know, you have to respect the way the good Lord made you and not constantly try and change yourself. I mean, if you have really bad habits, those you might want to consider changing. But your overall personality, I think you need to go with it. You know, go with what you are and stop always trying to control issues in other people and, you know, being so nitpicky about everything has to be perfect. And, you know, I mean, it's kind of counterproductive because the universe isn't perfect. It's constantly changing and morphing into something else and entangling with other things. So, you know, I don't know what your beliefs on those are, but I think it's all a plan. You know, I mean, to me, when I think, geez, this all happened randomly, that just doesn't make any sense at all to me. So somebody was the perfect engineer of the universe. So, but it's constantly evolving, constantly changing. And I think that's how human nature is too. We're always evolving and changing. And if you don't like something that you do, then change it. You know, one step at a time. It's like, okay, I did this, but I'm going to take this one little step towards doing something differently. So, all right, I'm going to get to dyeing, and we'll see how it turns out. Not literally dyeing. I'm talking about dyeing my cushion. Got to be careful what you put out there in the universe. That's my philosophy. All right, well, here is the cushion. I'm going to attempt to dye So I'll see how it turns out. I'm just going to stick it in the wash machine, wet it first, let the water run in, very hot water. I'm going to put a little salt in with it, but first I'm going to make sure this is all wet. Maybe I'll give it a wash before I dye it because it needs it. So I think I'm going to do that first. And then after the hot water runs in, after I put the salt in, then I'm going to add 2 bottles of the Rit Frost Gray dye. And we'll see how it turns out. At worst, it'll be tie-dyed in beige and gray. I don't know how this is going to work. I put the 2 bottles in here. It's hot water, but this thing floats. So I don't know how it's going to turn out. But I don't think it'll turn out too much worse than what it was. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to let this soak now for quite a while and keep pushing it down. It is getting darker than it was, so we'll see. We'll see how it works out. At this point, it doesn't really matter because I'm sure it'll look fine. Even if it's not really gray, it'll be a beige gray, I'm thinking. Alright, well, I'll show it to you when it's all done. Okay, well, tonight for dinner, still using up my freezer and refrigerator food, I have this seasoned rice that I cooked in October. I'm going to use that. I have some of this vegetarian meatloaf. I still have some cabbage. I have a little tiny bit of leftover cashews. And I have this plum sauce. So I'm going to make an impromptu Chinese dish. And I think it'll be fine. So I'll show you what it is. It's just leftovers and things I've had in the fridge and the freezer. So I'll show it to you when it's all done. Alright, in the pan here I have a little bit of sesame oil. I'm going to also add some soy sauce. In here I have the cabbage that I made, those few cashews, and a little bit of the meatloaf. Now if I didn't have the meatloaf, I would add an egg, but I don't think I need both. And here I have the rice, frozen rice. So I'm going to go ahead and heat all this up. I don't think I'm going to eat all this rice, so I'll save some of it. And the sesame oil I'm just using basically for some flavor. Because I don't want to eat this 2 days in a row. I just want to be done with this. So I'll do something else with that rice. I can add it to a salad or something else. If it wasn't seasoned, I could make some rice pudding out of it, but it is seasoned, so it's too salty. So I'm going to go ahead and fry this up a little bit. Then I'm going to add all these other ingredients and the plum sauce, along with a little soy sauce. So I'll be back. Okay, well, here it is, my fried rice with some of the not meatloaf, vegetarian meatloaf, some cabbage, some cashews, and these are the onions that I chopped up yesterday. They're sweet onion. I'm going to add a few of those, because that always tastes good. And there we go. There's tonight's dinner. Very cheap and easy, and using up what I have in the freezer. Give it a taste. So I'm just finishing up my cushion. It's still in the wash machine spinning. So I'm going to stick it in the dryer and then we'll see how it turns out. It doesn't look like it did much. It kind of turned out a sort of a greige color. At least that I can see so far. So here we go. I think that looks pretty good. You can add all kinds of vegetables to this, frozen vegetables, corn. This happened to be bagged cabbage that I used. So let's give it a taste. That's very edible. So all right, using up what I have. I'll be back in a little bit after my cushion dries and we'll see how it turned out. All right, well here is the cushion and it is a little bit more gray. It doesn't stick out quite as much as it did before. It certainly got fluffy, so I'm going to have to sit on it and smush it down some, but that's how it turned out. I don't know if it was worth the effort to go ahead and dye it, but it's not the exact same shade, but it's pretty close. So anyway, that's how it turned out. So all right, another little project done. I didn't knock myself out today getting things done, but the chair cushion turned out okay. Like I said, I don't know if I would bother doing it again. Maybe I could have picked a little bit darker gray, but it's fine. It'll still get used. And that's that. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share. Thanks for watching.